Cancer rarely begins as something you can feel. Long before a tumor is ever detected, the process that leads to cancer may have been developing silently inside the body for years. Tiny changes start happening within cells, DNA damage accumulates, inflammation slowly builds, and the body's natural defense systems begin to weaken. What makes this even more fascinating is that most people assume cancer appears suddenly, when in reality the groundwork for it is often laid over decades through lifestyle, environment, and daily habits. One of the most powerful influences on this process is something incredibly simple that we often overlook: the food we eat every single day. Scientists now understand that the human body is not defenseless against cancer. In fact, your immune system constantly searches for abnormal cells and destroys them before they can grow into something dangerous. According to many cancer researchers, the body forms thousands of potentially cancerous cells every day, but a healthy immune system usually eliminates them before they ever become a threat. The difference between cells that die and cells that survive can often be influenced by diet, inflammation levels, and the strength of the immune system. This is why nutrition experts and physicians around the world increasingly emphasize the role of food in long-term disease prevention. Researchers such as physician and scientist Dr. William Li have explained that certain foods can activate powerful protective systems inside the body. These foods help reduce inflammation, support immune defenses, protect DNA from damage, and even interfere with processes that allow abnormal cells to grow. While no single food can cure cancer, many foods contain compounds that help the body create an internal environment that is far less favorable for cancer to develop. In other words, your daily meals can either support the body's natural defense systems or slowly weaken them over time. One of the first foods scientists often highlight for cellular protection is blueberries. At first glance, they might seem like an ordinary fruit, but in the world of nutrition science, they are considered one of the most powerful antioxidant foods available. Blueberries contain high levels of compounds known as anthocyanins, which are responsible for their deep blue color. These compounds help neutralize free radicals inside the body. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage DNA, and repeated DNA damage is one of the key factors that can eventually lead to cancer development. Studies from institutions such as Harvard School of Public Health have shown that diets rich in berries are associated with lower levels of oxidative stress and inflammation. Nutrition researcher Dr. Walter Willett has often pointed out that berries are among the best fruits for long-term disease prevention because of their high concentration of protective plant compounds. Another powerful group of foods for protecting cells is cruciferous vegetables, which include broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. These vegetables contain a remarkable compound called sulforaphane that has attracted significant attention from scientists. Research from Johns Hopkins University has shown that sulforaphane helps activate detoxification enzymes inside the body. These enzymes help neutralize potentially harmful substances before they can damage cells. Some laboratory studies have also suggested that sulforaphane may slow the growth of certain abnormal cells and support the body's natural detox systems. Nutritional biochemist Dr. Jed Fahey, who has studied broccoli compounds for decades, describes sulforaphane as one of the most promising natural compounds for cellular protection. Garlic is another food that has been valued for its health benefits for thousands of years. When garlic is chopped or crushed, it produces sulfur-containing compounds such as allicin. These compounds have powerful biological effects in the body. Research published in scientific journals such as the Journal of Nutrition has suggested that populations with higher garlic consumption tend to have lower rates of certain digestive cancers. Garlic appears to support immune function, reduce inflammation, and help the body detoxify potentially harmful chemicals. Researchers at the National Cancer Institute have also examined garlic and other allium vegetables for their role in supporting long-term health and cellular protection. Green tea is another widely studied food when it comes to disease prevention. It contains powerful antioxidants called catechins, and one of the most researched of these compounds is EGCG, or epigallocatechin gallate. Laboratory research suggests that EGCG may help protect cells from oxidative damage, reduce inflammation, and influence certain biological pathways involved in cell growth. Populations in countries such as Japan, where green tea is consumed regularly, have long been studied by scientists interested in the relationship between diet and long-term health. While green tea is not a treatment for cancer, it remains one of the most researched beverages in nutritional science for its antioxidant properties. Tomatoes are another food that scientists frequently associate with cellular protection. They are rich in a carotenoid called lycopene, which gives tomatoes their bright red color. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect cells from oxidative stress. Some observational studies have suggested that diets high in tomato products may support prostate health. Interestingly, cooking tomatoes actually increases the availability of lycopene, meaning foods like tomato sauces, soups, and stewed tomatoes can be excellent sources. Harvard researcher Dr. Edward Giovannucci has conducted extensive studies examining the potential role of lycopene-rich foods in long-term health. Mushrooms also play an interesting role in nutrition science. They contain natural compounds known as beta-glucans that help regulate immune system activity. Rather than overstimulating the immune system, beta-glucans appear to help train immune cells to respond more effectively to potential threats. Certain varieties, such as shiitake, maitake, and oyster mushrooms, have been studied for their immune-supporting properties. Research conducted in both the United States and Japan suggests that compounds found in mushrooms may help support immune surveillance, the process through which the immune system identifies and removes abnormal cells before they can grow. Extra virgin olive oil is another food strongly associated with long-term health. It is a key component of the Mediterranean diet, which has consistently been linked to lower rates of many chronic diseases. Olive oil contains natural compounds called polyphenols that help reduce inflammation and protect blood vessels from damage. Chronic inflammation is increasingly recognized by scientists as a contributing factor in many diseases, including cancer. Large population studies have shown that people who follow Mediterranean-style diets rich in olive oil, vegetables, legumes, and fish tend to experience better long-term health outcomes. Fatty fish, such as salmon, sardines, and mackerel, are also widely recommended by nutrition experts. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help regulate inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation can create conditions that allow disease processes to develop more easily, which is why anti-inflammatory nutrients are so important. Organizations such as the American Heart Association recommend eating fatty fish regularly because of the protective effects associated with omega-3 fatty acids. Nuts are another group of foods that have been consistently linked with better health outcomes. Walnuts, almonds, and other nuts contain healthy fats, fiber, vitamins, and plant compounds that support metabolic health. Walnuts are particularly notable because they contain alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Several long-term population studies have found that people who regularly eat nuts tend to live longer and have lower rates of chronic disease. Even though nuts are calorie-dense, their combination of healthy fats, protein, and fiber helps keep people full and supports stable blood sugar levels. Leafy green vegetables such as spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are among the most nutrient-dense foods available. They contain high levels of vitamins, minerals, and protective plant compounds that support cellular repair and immune health. These vegetables are also rich in folate and carotenoids, nutrients that help support healthy cell function. Long-term research published in medical journals has shown that people who regularly eat leafy greens tend to experience better overall health outcomes and slower cognitive decline as they age. Fermented foods such as yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi provide another layer of health benefits by supporting the gut microbiome. The human gut contains trillions of bacteria that influence digestion, immune function, and inflammation. Scientists now believe that the diversity of these gut microbes plays a major role in overall health. Research from Stanford University has shown that increasing fermented food intake can improve microbiome diversity and reduce markers of inflammation in the body. A healthy gut environment helps the immune system function more effectively and may contribute to better long-term health. Just as important as adding healthy foods is limiting highly processed foods that are high in refined sugars and refined flours. These foods can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar and insulin when eaten frequently. Over time, repeated metabolic stress can contribute to inflammation, weight gain, and insulin resistance. Scientists increasingly recognize that metabolic health and inflammation are closely connected to many chronic diseases. This does not mean that a single unhealthy meal is dangerous, but long-term patterns of diet play a powerful role in shaping health outcomes. The most consistent message from doctors, nutrition scientists, and public health experts is surprisingly simple. Focus on eating more whole foods that come from natural sources. Emphasize vegetables, fruits, nuts, healthy fats, fish, and fermented foods. Reduce highly processed foods whenever possible. Health is rarely determined by one meal or one food. Instead, it is shaped by the daily habits we repeat over years and decades. Your body already has remarkable defense systems designed to protect you. The immune system constantly scans for threats, repairs damage, and works to maintain balance within the body. The foods you choose every day can help strengthen those systems and support your body's ability to protect itself. Over time, small nutritional choices made consistently can play a powerful role in supporting long-term health and resilience.